Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the question paper of Mechanical Engineering wbpsc JE 2022. Now it is the text booklet series number C. Now let's start from question number 1. The ideal compression in rotary blade compressor is, answer will be adiabatic. Question number 2. The tool used for lifting the pattern from the mold. So here the draw spike is the tool used for lifting the pattern from the mold. Next, the Young's modulus E, the shear modulus G, and Poisson ratio mu for a material are related by the expression E equals to 2G into 1 plus mu. The ratio of polar moment of inertia to the radius of the shaft is known as polar moment of inertia by radius of shaft. It is called the torsional section modulus. Question number 5. For perfectly elastic bodies, the value of coefficient of restitution is 1. So it is for perfectly elastic bodies. In case of perfectly inelastic body, the answer will be 0. Question number 6. A capillary tube is used in a small refrigerator to serve the purpose of thermostat. Next question. A centrifugal compressor is used for the which of the following? So in case of a centrifugal compressor, we know that the pressure ratio is low and the mass flow rate is high. So the answer D will be the correct answer. The compression ratio in diesel engine, in the range of 14 to 22. Electronic components are usually joined by soldering. For real gases, Cp equals to Cv occurs at absolute zero temperature. Question number 11. Which is the costliest item in a refrigeration system? Costliest item will be compressor. The property of a material by which it can be rolled into sheets is called, that is, malleability. The efficiency of a thermodynamic cycle cannot be infinite since it violates the first law, or violates third law, violates second law. So the answer will be rejects no heat. Gears are mass produced by, answer will be hopping. Falling drop of water becomes spherical due to cohesion. Question number 16. The slip in case of reciprocating pump. So slip in case of reciprocating pump will be negative. Taylor's tool life equation, d t to the n equals to constant. So here n for ceramic tools will be 0.6 to 0.75. Which of the following welding processes uses consumable electrodes? Metal inert gas welding uses consumable electrodes. Now question number 19. The specific speed of a centrifugal pump is given by, so Ns for centrifugal pump will be n cube into by h to the power 3 by 4. A block is resting on an inclined plane, begins to slide down the plane when the angle of inclination is gradually increased to 30 degree. Then the coefficient of friction between the block and the plane is. So we know suppose that is a plane, the block is here, theta. So we have friction mu, coefficient of friction mu equals to tan theta. Tan theta equals to tan 30 degree. Equals to 1 by root 3. So the answer will be 0.578. The bending moment diagram for a simply supported beam with a load at mid-span is a. So Just draw the diagram. Simply supported beam, a load on the mid span. The shear force diagram will be like that, and the bending moment diagram will be like that. That is called it is shaped like a triangle. Gate is provided in molds to feed the casting at a constant rate. It's right. Why is multi-staging used in centrifugal pump for high head? Now, refrigerant R502 is azotro. The feeding of a job in a shaper is done by table movement. In SI unit, the unit of power is watt. Question number 27. What is the dimension of kinematic viscosity of a fluid? L square T to the minus 1. The Kelvin temperature of a system can be measured by constant volume gas thermometer. Cavitation in centrifugal pump can be reduced by reducing the suction head. Question number 30. Modulus of rigidity is the ratio of modulus of rigidity G equals to shear stress by shear strain. The center of gravity of a triangle lies at the point of intersection of medians. Suggest a drill to be used for drilling glass, slate, ceramic, etc. That is tungsten carbide tip drill. The bulk modulus of water with respect to air is about 20,000 times. Question number 34. Cutting action of the grinding wheel is improved by the process is called by. So in case of a grinding wheel, how to improve the cutting action? So the answer will be dressing. Removal of metals in a drilling operation is by shearing and extrusion. Spot welding, projection welding, seam welding belongs to the category of obviously electric resistance welding. 37. In two-stage reciprocating air compressor, the suction and delivery pressures are 1 bar and 4 bar respectively. For maximum efficiency, the intercooler pressure will be 2 bar. Question number 38. Volumetric efficiency of an engine is a measure of breathing capacity of the engine. The moment of inertia about the diagonal of a square plate of side A, that's A to the 4 by 12. Which of the following is not a part of capstan lathe? That's tail stroke. Pick up the most economical section for a beam, that is I section. Gears cannot be cut on lathe. Question number 43. The number of elements in tool signature are 7. The pump to be used for pumping highly viscous fluid belongs to the category of screw pump. Vacuum environment is required in electron beam welding. The relation du equals to CVDT is valid for any ideal gas even if volume changes. The path traced by single particle of smoke issuing from cigarette is streak line. The most important parameters that specifies a lathe machine is maximum diameter of the job it can swing. Question number 49. In laser welding, the heat is supplied by the collimated light beam. What is the unit of dynamic viscosity? Now question number 51. In a reciprocating compressor, one should aim at compressing the air. The answer will be isothermally. Now, which of the following processes is used for the manufacturing of steel balls for ball bearings? That will be cold heading. The part of milling machine upon which are mounted the milling cutters is known as, that will be arbor. What does Euler's equation of turbo machines related to? So Euler's equation of turbo machine, it's related to discharge and power. The volumetric efficiency of a compressor is prescribed by the relation eta B equals to 1 plus C minus C into P2 by P1 whole to the power 1 by n. Flat spiral springs are used. That will be answer of watches. When a gauge is allowed to escape through a minute aperture, the leakage process is called throttling. 4 vertical columns of same material, height and weight at the same end conditions. Which cross section will carry the maximum load? Question A, solid circular, B, thin hollow circular, solid square, and I section. So the answer will be thin hollow circular section. Question number 59. With the increase in clearance volume, the specific work input will remain constant. In compression, in comparison with slopes of constant pressure lines of an ideal gas on TS plot, the slopes of constant volume lines are constant. In case of constant volume lines, the slope is more and pressure line is less. In case of TS diagram, you can see this graph. It's V and P. TS diagram. A thermodynamic cycle is impossible. Is cyclic integral of dq by t is greater than 0. That will be an impossible cycle. Which of the following statements about friction is true? Kinetic friction is always greater than the rolling friction. 63. If closed coil helical spring absorbs 30 Newton meter of energy while extending by 5 min, its stiffness is. So initially we know that the equation equals to half of kx square. So from that equation, if we input energy E30 and x5, the k equals to 60 by 25. By 25. So the answer will be 2.4. That all the options are wrong. The metal molds are used in die casting process. On TS plot for a polytropic process, PV to the n equals to constant, n equals to gamma, the isolated curve will be. So we know that in the TS diagram, the isolated process always the vertical line. So the vertical line will be the right answer. Gang milling is a process in which 2 or more katas are used simultaneously. A beam is said to be continuous. So in case of a continuous beam, we know that the support is more than 2. That will be the continuous beam. Intercooling in a multi-stage compressor reduces the work input of compressor. So we do multi-stage compressor. So the reason behind using the multi-stage compressor is the work input of compressor for the same maximum pressure and temperature of the cycle and for the same heat rejection. Which of the following cycle has maximum efficiency? So maximum pressure is same and heat rejection is same. So the Otto cycle efficiency will be less and diesel cycle efficiency will be more. 1, 2 and 3. A knee is a part of milling machine. For war sheets, the metacentric height of a sheet should vary between 1 to 2 meter. When a wire is stretched to double its length, the longitudinal strain produced in it is. So here it is said that stretched to double. Initially it was L, second it becomes 2L. So changing length equals to L and original length equals to L. So equals to 1. The longitudinal distance will be 1. Slenderness ratio. Slenderness ratio, we have to remember that slenderness ratio is dimensionless quantity. Consider the following components of a centrifugal pump. So the options are impeller, suction pipe, foot valve and strainer, delivery pipe. So here you can see that delivery pipe will be last option. Foot valve and strainer. Initially foot valve and strainer. Second we have suction pipe. Third impeller and fourth delivery pipe. So the option will be 3, 2, 1, 4. The refrigerant R22 is. So here we can write R22 R022. We can write in this way. Now we have equation R m minus 1 n plus 1 q equals to R022. So from this equation we can relate m minus 1 equals to 0. So m equals to 1, n plus 1 equals to q 2. So n equals to 1 and q equals to 2. So from this equation we can get the value of P. P will be equals to 4 minus 3 equals to 1. Now the value of n equals to 1. Value of m equals to 1, n equals to 1, m equals to 1, n equals to 1, and p equals to 1 and q equals to 2. So the equation will be CHClF2. So monochloro-difluoromethane. The answer will be option A. In general, the vanes of a centrifugal pump. Curved backward. The subcooling is a process of cooling the refrigerant in vapor compression refrigeration system before throttling. Before throttling, we do subcooling. In case of a VCRS. In milling machine, aluminum parts, the chips produced are in the form of closed spirals. So it is aluminum is we know that ductile material. So continuous chip is produced. So here I think closed spiral will be the right answer. Young's modulus of elasticity for a perfectly rigid body. In case of a rigid body, the Young's modulus of elasticity will be infinite. A beam is acted upon by point of load of 2 kN. A couple C is shown in the figure below. Here it will be reaction force Ra. After force calculating, we will get R equals to 2 kN. Next, taking moment at point A. Taking point at point A. So we will get 2 kN into force into distance 8 plus 5 13 into 2 minus C equals to 0. So in that from this equation we will have C equals to 26 kN. The answer D will be correct. Which of the following expands in volume upon freezing? So we all know that water freezes, then ice becomes ice, and ice float on water. So the water volume increases during freezing. Which process of welding is used for car bodies? This is gas welding. An ideal fluid is both incompressible and non-viscous. Surface to be left unmachined is marked on the pattern by black color. All the following are cold working process except slitting is a cold working, blanking is a cold working, lancing is a cold working, but extrusion is not a cold working process. So the right answer will be extrusion. The shear force at a certain section of a beam is stated to be 0. The bending moment at that section will be either minimum or maximum. That the shear force in case of is this point is 0, this point is 0, and this point is 0. But in case of if we calculate, this point is 0, shear force is 0, and bending moment is 0. Shear force is 0, bending moment is maximum. Shear force 0, bending moment 0. So either minimum or maximum, that option will be correct. The wood pattern used for production of a metal pattern is called is mustard. A refrigerator working on a reverse Carnot cycle has COP of 4. If it is works at a heat pump and consumes 1 kilowatt, the heating effect will be. Initially, we know the equation of COP of heat pump equals to COP of refrigerator plus 1. So from this equation, we will get COP of refrigerator 4 plus 1 equals to 5. So COP of heat pump equals to 5. Now from here, COP of heat pump equals to 5 equals to heating effect by work input. Work input is consumed 1 kilowatt 1. So heating effect equals to 5. Answer will be 5. All the answers is wrong here. Now question number 89. An engine operates between 900 Kelvin and T2. Another engine operates between T2 and 400 Kelvin. For the both engines to be equally efficient, T2 will be. Now here we can shortcut. If both two engines are equally efficient, then the intermediate temperature will be T2 square equals to the maximum temperature into minimum temperature. So from that equation we will have T2 equals to root of T1 into T3. So the answer will be 600 Kelvin. Brakes are applied to a car traveling at 90 km per hour and it comes to a stop 5 seconds thereafter. The coefficient of friction between the wheels and the road surface is. So 90 km per hour will be equals to 25 meter per second. Now from the equation V equals to U plus AT, if we input U here, then we will get A equals to 5 meter per second square, where T equals to 5 seconds and V equals to 0. So value of A we will get. Now for friction, acceleration equals to mu into gravitational acceleration. So mu equals to coefficient of friction. So mu equals to A by G equals to A equals to 5 by 10. Your answer will be 0.5. The work saved by fitting an air vessel to a single reciprocating pump is 84.8%. A cantilever beam of length L, moment of inertia I, Young's modulus E carries a concentrated load W at the middle of its length. The slope of the cantilever at the free end will be. The figure will be like this. The middle, a point load W acting. So the deflection will be WL square by 8 EI. The slope at the free end. Slope at the free end will be WL square by 8 EI. Two objects of masses 3 kg and 5 kg respectively are connected by a light cord passing over a smooth weightless pulley. The acceleration with which the masses moves is. So here we can see the figure 5 kg and 3 kg. Say 5, 3. Now tension applied here. tension also applied here. Initially, we assume that acceleration acting in this direction. Now weight of 5 kg mass is 5g and 3 kg mass is 3g. So from this figure we can relate that 5g minus t equals to 5a, 5 acceleration. Similarly in these cases we can see t minus 3g, because it is going upward, that's why I am taking t is greater than 3g. So t minus 3g equals to 3 into a. So from equating both equations we can get a equals to g by 4. The size of a sapphire is specified by maximum travel of cutting tool. The efficiency of air standard auto cycle depends on it is compression ratio. 96. The efficiency of auto cycle is the highest for same compression ratio if the working fluid is helium. The flow in the volute casting outside the rotating impeller of a centrifugal pump is free vortex flow. The position of CG of a solid hemisphere of radius r lies on the central radius at a distance of the hemisphere. The CG lies this amount, that is 3 r by 8. Option B correct. The type of tool used in lathe machine is single point cutting tool. First law of thermodynamics refers to conservation of energy. Thank you everyone. The 100 question is solved here. If you get any wrong or any confusion about any question, you can ask me in the comment box. Thank you everyone.